Okay, we're live. What's going on out there? Party people. I am with Stephanie Fincher, and there is nothing more fun than hanging out with Stephanie Fincher. But really, I just want to see your dogs that are not in the room, are they? No. They don't like me? What? They're with Daddy, aren't they? So, anyway, if there's anybody out there tonight, this is Diane Hochman, Stephanie Fincher, and we were having a deep philosophical conversation about how we have made our trillions of dollars in the industry. It was a really good conversation, and we just decided to take it live to see if we could share. So I'm going to just go on my Facebook to see if anybody's here.
And I'm sharing it too while you do that.
Okay, you share it. And you know what? It's 10 of 9. So we'll stay on for a few minutes and then anybody here? Anybody want to say hi? What's up? Okay, you share it. Wait. You know what? Let's not have the double echo. All right. Hello, Krista. This is actually a really good conversation that we're about to have. And it's about something that really has made me a lot of money. I know it's made you a lot of money, Steph. And we're usually not ones that run around and go, oh, look at all the money. That's not our bag. But let's face it, we're all here to make money. I mean, Steph just left her job, which is pretty awesome. Are you getting used to being home?
I am. I'm still trying to get my daily schedule under control, but I'm enjoying a lot more freedom for sure.
I've been trying to do that for 20 years. So let me know when you figure it out. You'll probably figure it out long before I do.
Yeah.
I'm a weird kitty. You know, what can I tell you? But other than that, it's good. I know she's got a new house, a new car, new life, same husband, same dogs.
Yep.
Trade any of them and they're all good. They're all
good.
They're
keepers. Those are keepers. Yeah.
How's the garden?
Definitely. Oh, it's great. It is awesome. Still getting plenty of tomatoes and peppers, and going to start fall crops in the next couple of weeks.
So. Fall crops. She has crops. Oh, that's cool. So what we were talking about, and we did it in 2 different arenas. We were talking about the magic of trials, whether it's a trial account or whether it's a trial of your products. And we both kind of built little empires over here, you know, and I say that lightly because obviously we're home business owners, you know, but we've done some pretty cool stuff. I did it with a trial of a membership site with, you know, software and stuff. And Stephanie did it with a weight loss product trial pack. And Steph, you had great success with your product, have you not?
I have, definitely. And it started with a 7-day. So I relate to this on the customer level as well.
Okay. So you literally came in the door through a 7-day trial pack of a product.
Yep.
And you became like not only a top affiliate, but you became like a poster child for this product. How much weight have you lost?
I've lost 180 pounds and I've kept it off for over 2 years.
Yeah, because I've known you for a long time.
And, it's still slowly a journey, of course, is always ongoing, but to be able to get that much off and keep it off has really, really been powerful.
I think the mind is harder than like the body does it, and then the mind doesn't know what to do with itself. Like you catch yourself in the mirror and you're like, whoa, who is that girl? That type of thing. And then I built my my most version of my business, because I've had many different versions of it, but with 10-day trials to a membership program. And I want to talk about attitude about this, because the reason why I came up, guys, is because I had somebody today just like really bummed because they had given a trial. And by the way, there's a cost to these trials in the case. And I happen to be, just for a disclaimer, I'm involved in the company that Stephanie is involved with. I was an advisor to their top person, and then Somehow I ended up in there. So I am involved in the company. So I'm very integrally familiar with it, but it's a $29 pack that's 7 days of the product to try. And then there's a retail profit where you make $15 every time you sell a $29 pack. And that $15 is the magic. And I'll explain that in a minute. And in my case, it was a $10 10-day trial. And you only made like, well, I made $5 because I was at the higher level. So I made $5. So $5, $15. We're not talking big money. And most people, one, they stick up their nose. Can you do that too? Isn't that pretty? Oh, by the way, in case you happen to see this, happy birthday, Tracy Housel. I know you're at the amusement park today. I know you're at the park today. Maybe we'll just go hijack her wall and just do some happy. That's so pretty. I hope somebody gets a screenshot. So a lot of people, when they stick up their nose at that little bit, because they want to get rich, and they don't see $15 as much money. Although to accumulate, I mean, you do 10 of those a week, very part-time, right? Angela, do you like that? You like my nose? Angela's in the posse. Steph, you haven't met her yet. Angela's in the posse.
Angela.
So
yeah, Angela and I have been hanging around for a few years. I've seen her around.
You know Angela, right? So she's awesome. You'll love her. And my usual hijinks. A lot of people like, you sell 10 of those a week, right? Just 1 or 2 a day. You got $600 a month already. And that's before your downline shows up. That's before anybody gets on an auto ship or reorders or anything. That's before we even know if the person likes the product.
Yep.
It's just $15. They try it out. I mean, if they don't like it, okay, fine. And in my case, I'm making $5 to intake someone. So they're literally paying you to prospect them. I want you to hear that, because this is what the foundation of the funded proposal. The funded proposal is when you sell a small retail product up front, and the profit from the retail product allows you to advance your business, whether it's advertising or whether it's whatever it is you need to do, like you do some mailings and different things. So the expenses of all of that. Yep. Steph, did you mail them mostly, or did you sell them locally, or did you do it all online?
When the company first started, this was before we were able to drop ship. So I ordered 50 packs, and then I printed postage, and we literally, if we had a bunch, we would go to the post office that day to make sure they all went out. If it was 2 or 3, I'd stick them in the mailbox and put the flag up. But we literally mailed them by hand at first.
Been there, done that. In my back in the day, I did a lot of mail order stuff before the drop shipping and everything was so prevalent. And everybody in my old town that I used to live in, everybody in the post office knew me because I'd come in with stacks of stuff. Yep. Then I finally learned to use the website for USPS, and I could print out the darn labels. But originally I was like going down there and standing there waiting for each one of them. And it was weird because each thing I was mailing, even though it was identical, sometimes it cost different amounts. It's weird.
Depending on where it's going. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So this concept of retailing something small, and this is where people lose it, Steph, because they don't understand this.
Yeah.
If you retail something small that people want, something that's affordable, and something that you can make a good enough little bit of profit on, the product that you're retailing really needs to be intertwined with the back end, the thing that you really want them to buy, and lead to it. So the 7 day is great because if they like the product, it's just natural for them to go ahead and place an order or even get on an auto ship. And in fact, in our case, people just put themselves on auto ships. Like we don't even have to convince them.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. It's all in the way. Isn't it crazy? Like I haven't had anybody order not on an auto ship, and I don't know how long. Of their own volition. I don't try to convince them. But it's the way the system is threaded. Okay, it's the way, and threaded, it's just kind of like a marketing thought process. It's the way it's calibrated that carries a person through of their own volition. Now, when I started to come and hang around with a lot of you guys, remember how excited I was about this 7 day concept? I was like, oh my God, this is gold. And everybody was like, we don't want to sell them. Why didn't they want to sell them, Steph?
I don't know, but it's so important for us. I mean, that's why we decided to go live tonight, right? It's so important for us to help people understand the power behind that trial. Why is that so important? I mean, there's a phrase I tell my team all the time, almost every team call. It's you've got to get just that little bit of purchase, a small upfront, right? It gains trust, that builds loyalty. Once you have loyalty, you're going to get retention. Once you have retention, you get the residual income, which is why we're all here, right?
You know what it does psychologically? When you're prospecting and you're trying to get people into your opportunity, people perceive that. They perceive you're coming to, like, what did I just say to you 2 minutes ago? I don't like when people are trying to trick me into pitching me.
Yeah.
I just had a guy message me and he was trying to trick me. I don't like that. People, we can smell it. We have radar. We smell a predator. Back in the day, it was lions and tigers and bears. Today, it's like MLM people coming to get you, right? So when you sell them something up front, it changes your role from salesperson to customer service. And what it does is it psychologically changes the way they perceive you. If I sell you a pack and I follow up to guide you and see how you're doing, when I ask you if you'd like to order, that's a customer service function, not a recruiting function. It changes the way people perceive it. And the same with the
membership. You're coming
membership.
from a whole different place. You're not coming from that used car salesman place anymore. You're coming from concern and friend, and you're on their side. You want to help them. Hey, it's just a little purchase. Tell me what you think.
Right. So when they try it, you're following up, and that, I think the people that were very resistant to those packs, one, didn't understand the power of the cash flow. The average person that gets involved needs cash flow. They need, if you can go out the first week, if a girl can get there for her friends together or talk to some people they know and they can sell 10, that's $150 that she made right away. And I'm saying, but we have lots of guys. But, and by the way, guys, I'm going to talk about something on the business side in a second. So it doesn't matter what genre you're in. This concept of retailing something. So some people, one, they didn't understand how powerful the $15 is. Maybe they didn't read it, which everybody needs $15, but maybe they didn't, they were trying to qualify to rank. And so they were missing that first step that would give them better retention. And your retention's always been really good. A lot of people just churn and burn, churn and burn, churn and burn. I've always had very good retention because of the nature of the way we approach a customer. So the $15 is critical to the new person, especially when they're coming out of the gate and they're just selling. Friends and family and people, they'll all buy something for $29. And then if somebody likes it, they can upgrade. And if not, the person just made $150, $300. And that gets them, going. People always want to go fast. And a line from my mentor, go slow to go fast. So if you have packs out and your team has enough packs out, your team's going to grow, right? And if you don't, it doesn't. So it's a psychology. And I became the #1 earner in an affiliate program on $10 trials. And everybody else wanted to go immediately to the full membership because they wanted to make it time the way the people work. You made $100 if the person fully joined right away. They wanted their $100. I was selling $10. And it was always, look, it's $10 for 10 days. It'll get you inside. You can take a look around, see what you think. I'm here to answer your questions. And if it's a fit, it'll automatically renew. If not, we'll cancel. No problem. No harm, no foul. And that was the vibe. It's the same with the product. It's, look, 7 days, try it for 7 days, see if the product agrees with you. If you'll love it, we'll get you a month's supply. And if not, no big deal. So when somebody gets upset when a trial doesn't work out, I'm thrilled when a trial doesn't work out. I'm thrilled because you know what you discover during that period? You ever get somebody who's really whiny on the 7th day and not to proceed with them?
Yeah.
You ever get somebody who, they have to investigate every single ingredient that's in the product? They swallowed a Big Mac 3 times this week, but they can't swallow a capsule because, of what might be in it,
Yep.
they swallow
exactly right.
not to
You're
be
weeding
crude,
through.
but
You're weeding through the
yeah.
people, and well, they're weeding through for themselves, you know?
So you're finding the person that won't follow through and eliminating them. This is a sorting system.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what the key is. Ooh, we get some comments. The key is sorting and locating the right ones. And so I know, well, you got on a product, and I mean, look at you. This is so many years later. You have a huge business. You've lost all this weight, kept it off. It all started from putting a couple capsules in your mouth. I started, taking a little $10 test drive, and I became the top affiliate. We have, I have people in my group. I have a gentleman who tried a 7-day pack. I was on the road. I couldn't even service him properly. We're good old friends. He called me up. I was driving. He said, "Hey, I want to upgrade." I told him how to order for himself. I didn't even help him. And he's lost just shy of 100 pounds because it was the right product for him, the right place in that process. I have people that have tried that $10 test drive and learned marketing concepts and gone on to, be top dogs and big earners and so on and so forth. So it's really about the sorting. And that to me is the best part.
I
The
like
cash
that
flow's good.
sorting, but it's definitely, I mean, I think people, not you, of course, but some people roll their eyes at us because they feel like it's a waste of their time because they're not getting that upfront bigger money. They don't see the value and don't truly understand that it's building a more solid relationship up front.
Yes. Yes. And I was taught that very early in my career. It was always the small piece of retail, the small retail, change your role with them, back end into the long term, either a bigger purchase or in this particular case, a monthly order.
Right.
And that's where that recurring income really comes from. So I'm going to stick with my little child stupid things, my little doohickeys that everybody rolls their eyes at me and goes, I don't understand why you do that. Does it take slightly longer? Yeah. Is it more solid? Yeah. Does it identify the people that I don't really want to have around?
Definitely.
And when we start, we all think you want everybody and you got to keep them all. But the reality is when you have cash flow, that's the other big reason, Steph. When you know that you just made $300 this week because you're serious and you're selling your 7 days, you don't have to beg anyone. You're not trying to convince anyone because that's $1,200 a month before anything. And that's just doing a couple a day. For somebody who's full time, moving three, product packs a day, is not that big of a deal. Somebody who's part time, one a day, that's not that big of a deal. It's, commerce. That's what makes a business. So what would your recommendations be
I just
for
think it's
anybody
really
who
important.
hasn't?
Yeah, I think it's really important for them to give it a try. Like if you're always just trying to sign up for the big subscription or the biggest package, I think you're going to miss out on a lot of people that need what you have. If you start smaller, you build those relationships, you build that trust, you get into, okay, well, if you do like that, here's what we have. And you follow up and you make sure they know and understand what you have.
I got to tell one other story that I forgot. My teacher, my marketing teacher, when I met him, I was in a nutrition company, and my team was teaching us to sell these $200 packs. And it was challenging for me at the time, especially because I was, I had been broke. I wasn't very prosperity minded. And $200 to me was a lot of money back then.
Right.
Not anymore. It's $200. Come on, let's go. But back then, it was a lot to ask someone for $200. It actually kind of made me, made my knees shake, And I was pretty good at it by the time I met him. But he made me reverse my business and go to selling $32 bottles of diet pills up front, and I made $16 on each set. It was like a 2-bottle set. It was $32. I made $16. And he said, I want you to go and I want you to move as many of those as humanly possible and let the system do the sorting. You'll see how easy it is to sell the $200 packs. And it was the exact opposite of what I was being taught. And when I flipped it around, that's when things started to really go wild. Because it was no harm, no foul. It was $32. Nobody needed to ask their mother for permission. Nobody had to take a loan. You didn't need to refinance a house.
It's not like, oh, that's so much, I have to wait for payday. Most people have $10 for your marketing system or $29 for my 7-day or whatever. It's a small enough purchase where it's doable. It's not hurting anybody's finances.
And if the product is any good, product or service is any good, you're going to have a percentage, and you start to figure out for every 10 that I move, this many will upgrade. And once you know those numbers, you can, as the fancy entrepreneurs say, you can scale.
Yep.
All right. So I would like you to save me a tomato. I don't know when I'll get there, but I would like one of your tomatoes. I feel that they're probably very delicious. I had a bunch of veggies.
Some today. I roasted some.
Big ones or little ones?
We roasted cherry tomatoes. They were sweet and yummy.
I love little grape tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, anything like that. When you put them in the oven for a little while, delicious. This is my favorite time of year when the harvest comes in. It's like amazing. I need to go. It's actually cold out tonight, Steph. I mean,
really?
Relative. Yeah, because I turned off the air and I had the windows open because it was so lovely out, and then I just had to close all the windows because I was freezing.
Oh my gosh, I'm kind of envious of that. It was still a good 94 here today.
Yeah, it was like 66.
It's 83
I don't know
now,
what it is now.
at 9 p.m.
I want to go to the apple farm, man. I'm like down. What is it now? Well, it says on here it's 64. It's chilly, which is nice because I don't have to run the air, which is really good. So anyway, I hope that was helpful to some people. Guys, you can find Steph on her profile. If you don't know her, hook up with her. She's an amazing resource. What I love about Steph is her business is like super simple. And she's just like a love bunny. She's on her people. And she's just an amazing story. One of those stories that makes you believe in the industry again. Truthfully. I mean, with so much junk out there, and then you meet somebody like Stephanie who's just sweet. And don't let it go to your head. But hard worker and somebody who just reminds you of what this whole industry is about. You're awesome. You've always inspired me.
I mean, I've learned it all from you, so.
No, you did not.
Take the credit where credit's due, for sure.
No. You're surrounded by so many amazing people, but in the end, you guys, when you got this started, you guys worked your butts off. And that's the other thing. When you have an opportunity, guys, like you have a new product come out or something like that, run and work really hard because you don't know what it's going to turn into. It's like really cool. And I've had that happen to me a couple of times in my career where, something just flew. That's pretty cool thing. So, and guys, if you hit Stephanie up, ask her, tell her that you want to see her melt before your very eyes. Just say that. Just message her and say, Steph, or right on this video, Steph, I want to see you melt before my very eyes. You got to see it. It's crazy. So, all right, Steph, I'm going to go watch, I know you watched Kyle last night. I'm going to go watch one of my favorites tonight. I'm going to shut it down. It was a crazy busy day.
Send me some names. I need some new stuff.
Oh, I will give you something special in a few minutes. Okay.
Cool. Have a great night. Bye, guys.
All right, everybody. Bye, everybody.